Hello and welcome back. This week we are looking at the saxophone. Invented in 1841 by a Belgian man named Adolphe Sax. He followed in the footsteps of his father, who also was an instrument maker. The saxophone is primarily made of brass because it's a good malleable metal and it holds shape very well. However, the saxophone is considered a woodwind instrument because the reed is what actually directs the air into the instrument. If you play a saxophone without a reed, it doesn't sound very loud, which may be a good thing. I don't know. The mouthpiece is a big part of it, and it is held on to the saxophone there's cork on the neck, and you put it on there, and then there is what's called a ligature that holds the reed onto the mouthpiece. Without that, it doesn't work too well. The reed is made from a organically grown reed called giant cane. There's many different things you can make it out of. There are fully synthetic reeds, there are plastic reeds, there are reeds that are a mixture between the two, but typically the English translation is giant cane. That's what most saxophone reeds specifically are made out of. The saxophone comes in a number of sizes. You have the alto saxophone, which is the one right here above my head that you can see. And then you've got the tenor saxophone, which is a little bit bigger. You've got the soprano saxophone, which is a little smaller than the alto. Goes all the way down to the subcontrabass saxophone on the bottom end, which is super low and quite silly. And then the super tiny one right up front is called the soprillo. Those are very rare. I have actually never seen one with my own eyes. I'm probably okay with that. But it's a fun little toy. Probably not much call for it. The person we are going to listen to today, his name is Branford Marsalis. And he is a phenomenal saxophone player, really known pretty well in the jazz world, but also in the classical world. He also toured with the artist Sting and played on a number of his albums, most notably The Dream of Blue Turtles. Great album if you don't know it. He also took over running the Tonight Show band. When Johnny Carson retired and Jay Leno took over, it had been Doc Severinsen for 40 plus years, and Branford Marsalis is the one that took it over right after him. He did that for just a few years, and then it changes hosts every once in a while, but that was one of his big claims to fame. The recording we're going to listen to today is a piece of classical music, and he will be playing on the soprano saxophone. This is the Pavane by Gabriel Faure. One of the most
Faure Pavane.
outstanding players in modern history. Can't say enough great stuff about him. All right, hope you enjoyed that. Next week, we will hear from the Menozel Brass. They are a lot of fun. See you then. Bye-bye.